Hello and welcome to another update video about Near. Near turned around perfectly in the communicated support area. I can't remember, to be honest, if I communicated it in the last video or if we communicated it just on our signals channel for members. But either way, it was a nice setback deep into support, or actually not too deep into support, but it was a nice dip into our support area of probably wave 2 of wave C. So Near was clearly highlighted as opportunity before. We talked about a breakout of the triangle. We talked about it already in the last few videos that likely a more lasting low was in, that we're likely moving up in wave C, which could be an impulse of wave 2. That we're open to something even more bullish. However, this chart is just very questionable long term. And that simply has to do with the fact that it's an ABC price top. And that we came down in 5 waves. So that is a problem. And well, see, we can always look at something more bullish later. At the moment, the trend is up anyway. We're tracking an uptrend. So it doesn't really make it makes zero difference to me if this is a rally in a C wave at the moment, or if it's going to, let's say, all-time highs. We don't know that yet, okay? We will only know that once we have a break above $11.38. But either way, it doesn't make a difference in the short term, because in the short term, the trend is set to go higher, especially now against the last swing low, which was made in our support area here. So at $1.30, and that was on Thursday. Let me just double check when I posted that for channel members. It was actually on Wednesday. Yeah, it was actually on Wednesday where I communicated a pullback zone. Oh yeah, I actually sent a signal and said the price is currently in the micro support zone. I have no clear micro count, yes. Ideally, the price doesn't break below $1.27. Yeah, and we talked about an opportunity because Near also broke out of the Near BTC chart. So that's something that I highlighted in one of our member live streams. I'm going to focus more and more on. If we have a breakout of the BTC chart and a breakout on the USD chart, that is promising, because that doesn't only mean that you see an increase in dollar value, you'll see the coin outperform Bitcoin as well. And that's essentially what we want, right? So that was one of those opportunities. And let's go back to the USD chart. And I would assume that we are now moving up in a third wave. That's an assumption we have to make. Still, again, a very questionable long-term chart, and it can easily break down. But that's why we're tracking support. So the support level that we're now tracking is this Thursday low, which was made here at $1.29, $1.30. The next key resistance level is this one here at $2.42, but more important up here, around $2.90. If we now measure what the ideal target would be for a third wave, so then it would be between $2.55 and $3.14, which is pretty much around this swing high that was made in February. Now, as I said, I don't have a very, very clear micro count. That's the problem. I haven't got a very, very clear micro count. The problem is that this could also just be a wave 4 and a wave 5. If that's the case, we might see another pullback, okay? That's just what's not entirely clear to me. And the problem is that it's generally a problem in crypto that, okay, look, if we assume that this here might be a 5-wave move, it's hard to identify the subwave structures. The problem is whenever we have those cryptos, whenever we deal with cryptos, the 1-2 setups are tiny, on a certain time frame. The third wave is typically the one that is very, very much extended. So it is hard to say. I would not rule out that this was only a wave 3 or wave 4, and this is now a wave 5. So we can add another alternative count. It just means, and see, the problem is very tiny down here. So this could be a 3 then, this could be a 4, and the 5 in the making. There would be an alternative count. And that's the problem, because then we could get a deeper pullback. Now, the way to manage this is quite simple. If anybody entered in the support area, that's why I communicate them. You have to decide what's good and right for you. I can only share with you the levels where the price ideally turns around in a potential setup. Now, if we get back into this area, it should be quite deep. Yeah, and to be honest, I would need to recalculate the area for a potential wave 2 pullback. If it hasn't happened yet, well, you might get stopped out in profit then. If you entered, you can move up your stop loss into profit. And if you then get, if the price then comes back, well, you might get stopped out at break even or in profit. That's the way how to deal with this uncertainty. Or even taking some partial profits once your trade is in profit. Yeah, but there is not much more to add. So I think I gave you the next target for this third wave. I'm going to watch for potential 5 waves here that could complete wave C of 2. Or if it's something more bullish, it might be this A wave that we talked about in the last video, which could then lead to a B wave pullback and another rally to, all-time high territory. But, we don't know that at this stage. First of all, we need to see 5 waves up in this wide wave count anyway. Okay, that's my update about NIR. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.